personal branding is merely an extension when it comes to online, social media, all this stuff. It's like, go out and become someone worthy of the attention of the people that you're seeking out online or that you're trying to nurture online. And in order to do that, you have to actually build something. Like, you actually have to go out and do something or gain experience and live your life. And I think so many people want to skip that step now. I really do. I think a lot of people want to just build a brand for themselves for the sake of building a brand, as if, and then they're the same people bitching and moaning as to why they don't get the viewership, as to why no one wants to hear what they have to say, why no one's tuning into what they got going on, why no one's purchasing their products or services, why no one wants to interact with them. Everyone wants to play the victim as opposed to taking a moment to look in the mirror and have a genuine conversation with yourself as to whether or not you have put in the work that is necessary to become someone worth listening to, worth following, worth observing to an audience outside of your immediate family and friend group. And the only way, in my experience, to do that is to go out and actually experience life. Do hard things, challenge yourself, and overcome the hardships and the pain and the suffering that come with that, the sets of challenges and the aspirations and endeavors that you choose to take on. And then share your lessons with the world. I didn't post a video online telling people about how they could build their personal brands or how they could start a social media marketing agency, or just post a video really correlated with much business at all, until I had honestly already been doing it. Not just doing it for a couple months to be able to say that I did it, made a couple bucks so I could talk about some money that I made in that realm, but actually genuinely put in years of work in building online businesses. Before I got online, I started talking about and telling people how they should build online businesses. Like, I can give advice on how to build a social media marketing company because I have run mine for over 6.5 fucking years. I can tell you how to build a personal brand, even though, again, I don't even have a very large personal brand at this very moment in time. But I intend to change that. And I intend to talk a lot more about personal branding, mostly due to the fact that a lot of the work that I've done with my social media marketing agency has been with brands, businesses, and influencers that have large audiences, that we came aboard and helped them to nurture, help them to create better content, help them to reach more people, drive more results for their business, drive more leads, conversions, customers, the list goes on. I have the background, I have the experience. And that is why I'm also able to just sit down, turn the camera on, and talk about these things, because I actually genuinely have confidence and know what I'm talking about because I have practiced what I'm preaching for, as I said, over 6.5 years. And so many of you just want to skip that step. And the only way that I believe someone can ethically build a personal brand and create content revolving around, let's say, an online business model or a subject matter without having the years of experience and results is to simply document your journey and document those experiences that you're going through and the actual process of building that thing online. To me, that's the only ethical way to build a personal brand when you don't have the results to back what you're saying. Like, you're just out here, you're just making shit up, which is most creators that I feel like I stumble upon on, whether it's YouTube or Instagram or Twitter or whatever it is. An awful lot of people seem to have an awful lot to say about shit that they've never fucking done, or businesses that they've never fucking built, or hardships that they've never had to endure. And what I'm telling you to do is if you want to do it early on, you want to build your personal brand, and you don't have those results, you don't have that experience, you can document your journey. But do not, I repeat, do not start creating content telling other people how to do shit you haven't done. Go out, do the thing. If you want to build a personal brand, I personally chose kind of not to. A lot of my personal brand was every once in a while, I would post stuff, or I would share an experience that I had, or I would share more just general life advice, general business advice that I learned along the way. But I wasn't giving direct direction to people. Like, hey, here's why you should be building your personal brand, and here's how you can achieve X amount of dollars a month with your personal brand. Because I hadn't done it at the time. I wasn't out there saying, here's how to build a 10K per month agency, because I hadn't built a 10K per month agency yet. And so don't take this as a sense of discouragement if you are out there and you are looking to start building your personal brand and start creating and posting content and building an audience around a certain subject matter or field or niche or whatever it is, or even just who you are as a person. I'm just saying that you should go about doing it ethically, and that you should aim to do the thing before you tell other people how they should do the thing. It's like all of the self-improvement, all the red pill gurus that I feel like I see online these days that are the first to give relationship advice and advice on how you should approach women and how you should communicate with women and showcase yourself and build yourself as a man. They're the first to give advice. And yet, look at the social proof. Like, look at the results. 99% of the ones that I've seen online don't have great long-standing relationships that are monogamous, and most of them are not married with children. And that goes with any industry. It goes with any niche. It goes with any realm within the personal branding or content space. When you're consuming content or when you're creating content, you need to focus on the results, the backing, the knowledge that is the foundation for that content, or the foundation for that information or direction that you're being given or that you're giving to others. And that is my hot take on how one should approach building a personal brand. And I've only been really at this whole personal branding game here on YouTube in particular for the last 3 months consistently. And the honest reason as to why is I knew that, I genuinely just loved business. And if I was going to build a personal brand around anything, to not talk about business with people and to not talk about personal branding and content and these sorts of things, or the agency model, to me that was what I would want to focus on. I knew that. And so I chose to neglect the personal branding component earlier on and just honestly stick in the trenches and focus on building the online businesses that I've built. I now have the Underground Kings Club. I have my podcast. I have my agency that I've run for over 6.5 years. And now I'm here building this personal brand and hoping to share some insight into how you could also build a personal brand. In particular, if you're someone who is, like I was, sitting in a position where you see all of these people creating content, giving value to the world, and then creating info products or service-based businesses or products off the back end of that, and building businesses off of their personal brands. You look to that, you aspire to be able to do that, and you actually have built the things and done the things that give you the rapport to do it ethically. That's who I'm here to speak to. Those people. And if you haven't built the thing yet too, I also publish a fair amount of content about just agency related stuff, general business advice, personal development advice, so that you can go out there and actually become the man capable and worthy of building a successful online business, or just a business in general. It doesn't necessarily have to be online. It's just that's what I focus on, being that that's where my experience lies. And you can go out there and you can do that, and you can put yourself in a position to either fall in love with the business model. You could start an agency, fall in love with the process of building and scaling an agency, and just continue further than I chose to. I kind of got to a certain point, really loved just keeping it a very agile, condensed unit with high profit margins. And I chose to stick there and to maintain that, not to shut down my agency, but to maintain my agency, scale it a little bit as I go, and ensure that it's growing, but at a healthy and scalable and, again, agile and flexible rate. And then allocate some more of my time, energy, and focus into the building of my personal brand. I chose to do that. But you could fall in love with that agency model and stick with it and just continue to do that. You could say, you know what? I just want to be an agency owner. And that's fine. And I think that you can have an immense amount, from my experience, you can have an immense level of success just in doing that, just in building an agency. But for the rest of you, if maybe you want to build that business and utilize it as a stepping stone to do bigger things and to affect more people and have more results that you're able to multiply through your audience, I think that building a personal brand would be for you. It's just, again, I'm going to kind of close up this video with this point. You have to go out and do the thing before you start trying to create content. And if you haven't done the thing, but you still want to create content and build a personal brand, then it, as I've already said in this video, falls upon simply documenting the journey of you building that thing and sharing the experiences and the lessons that you learn along the way. I appreciate each and every one of you tuning into this video. I hope it was of some value, and I will catch you all on the next one. God bless.